Nice. Ooh. This Opticon 2-2. Like Yrliet and Idira, the two worst choices. Right, it's just asking for trouble, I'd say. Pasqal's voice pouring out of his vox system crackles like thin ice under pressure. It is unclear whether this is nothing more than a static or an expression of some emotion understandable only to the tech priest himself. Edward, following the Omnicize's guidance, I request permission to execute the report protocol that entails describing suboptimalities within the recent operations of the ship's systems and subsequently proposing the appropriate course of action. Oh, I think that's Abel. Might be Abel. I am listening. I wonder what he's proposing. Let's see how many people he will sacrifice for that. Initiating exposition. With the Omnicize's blessing, I conducted several sessions of techno-meditation in an effort to transpose the available data streams into a matrix of patterns. The data subjected to this analysis comprised evidence of deviations in the operation of the ship's systems and servitors, as well as irregularities in the algorithm of the ship's logs. I've arrived at the following conclusion. This vessel's machine spirit is most extraordinary. A full cycle of sacred diagnostics must be performed, followed by complementary ritual. This ritual will force the spirit responsible for these recent events to reveal itself. Once it does, we will be able to understand its nature and take action applicable to said nature. I think that's connected to Nomos. Because, I mean, we know that Nomos can manipulate stuff like our log and stuff like that. I just wonder, is it truly like a machine spirit, which is able to communicate? Is it a program? Is there a difference between a program and a machine spirit? Is it some warpy mess? Say hello to my friends Xenos and Heresy. Oh boy. So, what kind of action? Pasqal pauses before responding. Applicable to the entity that appears before us. If it is a machine spirit of great might, we must appease it and humbly ask about the reasons behind the portents it has shown us. If the abomination of tech heresy, the complementary ritual will help us purge the ship of its unhallowed presence. Alright, so, very well. Let us proceed with your ritual. You have my gratitude, Edward. I will notify my tech comrades to begin their preparations for the complementary ritual at once. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know what I want it to be, and I don't know what to expect. But I guess we'll find out. Despite the resounding hum of the tech priest's words of prayer, the bridge feels unusually quiet. All sounds sink into the vicious silence like pebbles sinking into water. Edward, my tech comrades have spent the assigned number of cycles in prayer and vigil. Everything is prepared for the complementary ritual of cleansing. Its commencement will require an authorization key in the form of blood of a Von Valentius. If you are ready, place a hand in the Cyber Gargoyle's receiving module. I also do wonder how this blood key works. Because, I mean, with each reproduction cycle, so each new generation, whatever it is can be sorted out. Because, I mean, unless we do lots of inbreeding, which I don't hope. Anyway. Where is the crew? All the personnel whose function is below critical have been removed for the duration of the sacred ritual. Do you have at least a vague idea of what the problem is, or what we might encounter? Pasqal freezes momentarily. When he starts speaking again, you can tell how carefully and hesitantly he's choosing his words. A sight most uncharacteristic of Magos Inhuman. The bounds of possibility are vast. We cannot be certain what we are dealing with until the calculations are complete. However, there exists a risk that all that we have observed on this ship are manifestations of abominable intelligence. Oh boy. So, what is abominable intelligence? Is that AI? Was that the same abbreviation? Pascal's voice sounds hollow and seems to carry echoes of cannonades of the distant past. A transgression, a central mechanism created by human hands but no longer needing its masters. A rebelling machine spirit that has forgotten the will of the Omnissiah who sent it to serve and aid humanity, not to exist for his own sake. It is AI. Nice. Only once before did our ancestors underestimate the menace that is abominable intelligence and its terrible power. A great war followed, one that humanity nearly lost. After that calamity, the creation of sentient machines was categorically forbidden, and any such abomination without exception must now face deconstruction. Not narrow-minded at all, but anyway. And Edward puts his hand inside the cyber gargoyle's mouth. Let's get this over with. The familiar cold metal burns your palm. This time, however, the servitor's jaws, instead of brutally clamping down on your hand, merely squeeze it slightly. You feel a thin rivulet of hot blood beginning where the metal fangs have pierced your skin. Well, let's see if we get blood loss at some point of this adventure. Screeches and growls slowly rise from the bowels of this massive cogitator, as if a great beast is stirring awake. The vid screens in front of you flicker restlessly. He accepted. Activating purgation protocols. Suddenly, the vicious silence of the bridge rushes toward you and wraps you in a tight cocoon. The glow of the vid screens dims, but the symbols on them flare to life. Nomos analyzing. Hypothesis intrusion. Nomos analyzing. Hypothesis lockout. Nomos analyzing. Conclusion prevention. Nomos set. It is said. So basically saw this, recognized it as intrusion, was thinking it would be locked out, and just prevented it, and now is sad? What the heck? Huh. Pasqal, what is going on? The complimentary ritual is proceeding as intended. Pascal's voice cuts off abruptly. He brings a hand to his Vox communicator in surprise. Is whatever Nomos is able to just control technology? Nomos, execution stop. Nomos, quiet. Hello? Hello to you too? Interesting. It just looks like one of the lumens. Nomos are glad to be speaking. Nomos are here. Nomos have long been here. Why are we here? What are you? Nomos. We are Nomos. Pasqal uses his hands and mechanized to gesture at his silent vox system. But what is Nomos? I knew instantly what this was as soon as I saw the picture. Interesting. I can't recognize it, but it sounds nice that I can't, I guess. Because I mean, so far it just seems like a machine spirit or something. But what is Nomos? No data available. No answer. We want to know too. And Nomos is a we. Are you a machine spirit? Nomos do not know. Nomos do not know themselves. The computer said, "Oh." Did you silence Pasqal? Nomos wanted no disturbance, only quiet. Can you render other people silent too? Sometimes. Some people. Nomos can do many things. We do not always know what or how. We did not know we could make silence until now. Make it stop. Now. Pasqal's Voxcaster comes alive with an exclamation. Extraordinary. That was not really Pasqal's voice, but meh. The tech priest pauses upon realizing that he can speak out aloud again. Then he continues in a strangely quivering voice. Extraordinary transmission jamming. Unknown protocols. What has been revealed to me? Is it the omnicized glory of foul tech heresy? I would like to... It definitely seems to have to be way more detached and emotional than I would expect machine spirits to be. Yeah. Is it like something possessing the ship? So, what do you want from us, Nomos? Are you friends or foe? The vid screen blinks and falls, signifying a pause in the conversation. Then, one of them displays... Nomos van Valancius, we are your blood. Words? Did something happen with our blood? Oh, in the very beginning of the game we also had like the blood and the cogitator and then it came to life, right? Did that create something? And if so, what is it? But if it is, it's what saved us. Nomos are sanctional. We awoke when the strange light invaded the ship. We protected you when you needed help. It is from the very beginning. We escorted you when you were surrounded by danger. But why and what are you? And what can you see on the picture? Nomos, our movement. We carry you through the frightening, the waiting, the measureless. We helped when our ailing heart was refusing to awaken. It is so cool, I love it. I want to know everything. You asked for rescue. We did, as you asked. The warp engine's activation against all probability during our escape from the record system. The Category 3 miracle manifested by the ship machine spirit. And the part about protecting, was it during the cultist attack? True. The ship also was able to escape way earlier because like our machines didn't work. What the heck is it? It seems nice. It seems benevolent. We did everything to please you. Why? And why is it connected to our blood? Why is it imprinted on us? The silence on the bridge grows especially deep, almost painful. The maze of light around you thickens to the point of becoming practically intangible. Numbers ripple across all the vid screens at once. Why do you fear us now? Oh. I do not fear you. I'm trying to understand you. Shivers run up your hand, which is still trapped inside the cyber gargoyle's jaws. The servitor nods his head a few times, as if it is shaking your hand. Teeth rake your already wounded flesh. Ew. Nomos are glad. Nomos enjoy understanding too. Edward, entities such as this one ought to be addressed using the language of sacred rituals and offerings. I don't think so. It doesn't seem to be like a machine spirit. Your unskillful meddling bodes ill. A decision is required of you. Either the complementary ritual is finished, or it is replaced by a rite of tech communion. In the first scenario, the entity Nomos will be banished, and the sacred data halls where the entity dwelt will be reset. In the second scenario, we will appease the entity and learn more about it. Definitely not purging it. No, Nomos do not want to be banished. Nomos want to help. Nomos want to understand. I like Nomos, and I think this could backfire a lot. But I will protect Nomos. Till the very end. So, let's start by clearing certain things up. Were you the one responsible for the ship's malfunctions? And what about the strange entries in the ship's log? Yes. Nomos did that. Are you angry? We only wanted to understand. to see how things worked.
So, what else can you do?
Nomos learn. Nomos try new things. Do you want to see? The Navigator slowly turns his head, dragging your hand along with it. The skull's eyes flash red. Did you just kill someone? I think so. Oh lord. The scarlet gaze falls upon one of the monotonously chanting junior technomats. You blink. An electric discharge erupts from inside the technomat's skull. The crimson-clad figure slumps to the floor. Yikes. Does it please you? Do you want us to do it again? No. Edward, you're provoking the machine spirit. Stop. Pasqal, I think you have no idea what's going on. Nomos enjoy communication. Edward is our blood. Heretical, do it again.
Stop it. That's enough. Those are living people. How can you kill them like that, without rhyme or reason?
I think Nomos doesn't get existence, though. The Sava Gargoyle tilts its head to one side, like it's surprised. We stopped their functions. Do you not turn machines off sometimes? We do not know how to turn a human back on. Not yet. But after enough experiments, we will. We are always learning new things. Creepy. No. We will protect Nomos and we will try to get Nomos to be something nice. Right. How could this even go wrong?
I've heard enough. Pasqal, you're to investigate the nature of this entity. Until we know the truth, Nomos is allowed to exist on the ships.
I don't think it's a machine, Mara-chan. It seems more like... I don't know if it's... It seems like more. I don't know. Is it a program? Is it an entity? Nomos want to learn what we are too. We will add things to your log. Things that might help us. Help you. Pasqal lets out something resembling a long breath. The decision is made. I will begin my preparation for the communion rite at once. Many cycles of interaction with the entity Nomos await me, but I welcome this task and accept it from the Omnissiah. Nomos are glad. Edward, will you speak with us too? We want you to speak with us too. Oh. The Lord Captain's body lacks the sacred implants necessary for tech communion with a machine spirit's code. But if you so wish, Edward can converse with you using lowly sound speech as he's doing now. Thanks for clearing that up, Pasqal. It almost sounds like an AI like ED or Legion. I don't recognize those names. Or EDI? Kinda. Maybe it could also be like a machine spirit or an AI, which just developed consciousness. But why did our blood cause that?
Of course, I will speak with you, Nomos.
Nomos are glad. We have been lonely. Oh. Our work is done, Edward. I will let my tech comrades know that we are stopping the complementary ritual. Thank you for appearing before us, Entity Nomos. Ah, ED and Legion are from Mass Effect. Makes sense I don't recognize them. Okay. So many questions. I can talk to companions about Nomos. Let's start with Idira. Oh no, let's start with a level up. Another one. Just a skill. We are going to go for coercion. And more... We can't even choose agility. And we do have maximum fellowship and maximum intelligence, so we're going to go for ballistic skill. Here we go. Don't want to level up everyone, just the characters we're using. Pasqal, tech use or logic. 1 for 3 logic. Heinrix. Karus. We can't level up Karus. So athletics, I guess. I don't think we have other skills we're using with him. Because demolition is Argenta's thing. I mean, unless at some point we replace character with another one. Anyway, Yrliet. I'd go for agility, I'd say. Or intelligence. Let's go for intelligence. For the operator ones. Awareness, law, Xenos. Do you know anything else? Demolition. I think we could actually go and level up demolition on someone else. Because I think demolition and lore Imperium are the two things Argenta knows. So maybe we can replace Argenta at some point. Perception for less dodging. And demolition or Imperium. Who's the second best at lore Imperium? Good question. Characteristic, willpower, fellowship. Those are the two we need. Well, perception. Lore Imperium. Jai is also pretty good at that. I could go with Edward for it, I think. Lore Warp we can't improve. Medicaid. Let's go for commerce. Alrighty. Idira, let's talk about Nomos. Ooh, is that the Navigator we saved? Or one of them? Quite a while ago, I might add, but well. When Idira sees you, her lips curve into a smile, and she nodded something over your shoulder. You seem to have a very strong reaction to what Argenta said by the broken lens. Can't remember what she said, but well.
It was just my nerves playing up. Something about our little saint doesn't sit right with me, and I trust my gut. Oh sure, she seems straight as an arrow and as predictable as a hangover after drinking. But when I look at her, something about her makes my brain itch. After that conversation, I tried to listen to what was being said about her. Beyond the door, what I heard was strange. Blood in her past, twilight in her present, and something like a star leading her. But where is it leading her? I saw several roads, and all of them frightened me.
I think it's about the star leading her is the relic Argenta's trying to retrieve.
And what does it all mean?
If I knew, I would have told you. Hearing things clearly requires cooperation from the other person, you know. But that cobra just hisses and spits its venom at me. I don't trust her one bit.
Maybe we should warn Argenta.
Oh yeah, you go ahead and tell her the wicked Psyker has divined something about her.
Good point.
She'll be so pleased and grateful, and of course she'll listen to what you have to say. No, that would be pointless. And anyway, I'm not even sure what it all means. Maybe the danger is to her? Or maybe the danger's coming from her.
Awareness succeeded. Idira's voice is full of animosity, but he also detects concern, even hint of pity and compassion. It is kind of cute that Idira is still at least somewhat concerned about Argenta, who like very openly hates her.
So, Epitaph Incident N872-04, Tech Blight.
Do these words mean anything to you?
Perhaps your ability can tell you something.
They mean nothing to me. They're just words. A whisper. So quiet, I barely caught it. Like a feather landing on a pile of down. Something about damned ambitions, antiquity, terrible antiquity. And chance. Chance through it all. Oh, now I have a headache. And the stupid bloody whisper wasn't much help.
It doesn't make sense, I don't know anything more. She falls silent and looks at you in surprise.
Of course. Oh.
Weird. I wonder if this tech blight... Is Nomos a virus? Is that part of the tech blight? Are those things connected? What did Theodora know about this whole thing? It would have been cool to just get like more insight into Theodora. Is that what?
Lord Captain?
Abelard greets you with customary courtesy and makes sure to scan you from head to toe with his scrutinizing gaze.
Do the words Epitaph Incident N872-04 or Tech Blight mean anything to you? They're connected to Theodora somehow.
No, definitely not. No, I don't recall anything like that.
Sus. For a moment, Abelard's eyes go blank as he has turned his attention inward. Then he blinks twice and says in a tone of surprise, he definitely knows something, right? Then again, I can't imagine Abelard lying to us. If someone, like from all the people in our retinue, the person least likely to lie is Abelard. But he sounds so much like he knows something. But we can't confront him.
Lord Captain.
I think we also should talk with the Vox Master, right? Set my log. Vox Master and someone else. Probably the Helmsman. When you approach, Vigil just pulls away from fine-tuning another Vox and bows her head. Lord Captain, the ship informed me of our imminent meeting. Well, the ship informed you?
Can you recall anything unusual about Theodora's travels? Do the words Epitaph Incident N872-04 or Tech Blight ring any bell?
But she wasn't that high up back then, right? All of Lady Theodora's journeys could be considered unusual. Her odysseys were always audacious. As for the word you mentioned, none of them sound familiar to me as far as I can tell. Except maybe the incident. I recall coming across this word in transmissions several times. I think it was repeated by the former engines here, the one who perished during Conrad Vorkvir's uprising. He was describing it as the incident, something quite remarkable. Apparently, at some point in the past, the entire ship was hit by a massive system failure. That's it. All systems stopped responding for 1/5 of a second. It's not very long, but, well, most of the crew, including myself, as I was likely on board at that time, did not notice anything strange. But tech priests are sensitive to such things. That is all I can tell you, Lord Captain. I wish I could help you more.
Have the Vox Spirits brought you anything interesting lately?
Voxmaster leans closer to you. Master Heinrix von Calyx expressed interest in our communication stations and Voxnets a short while ago. The interrogator appears to be very well versed in the matters of sacred technology, and it worries me. A man of his knowledge and in his line of work is capable of discreetly planting his own devices in our systems. We will be vigilant, Lord Captain, but you should try to be more careful as well. Well, Heinrix. He's the right one. The tall man before you appears to be woven from tendons and muscle. Blue veins snake under his white, almost dove-colored skin, and his scalp and chin are covered in cropped white hair. His neck and shoulders are wrapped in wires that hint at the presence of neuroconnectors under his uniform. The officer's face seems to be twisted in a perpetual grimace of annoyance and anger, but he greets you with a respectful nod. Lord Captain, Master Amazon Rever, at your service. Your lover spying on you? Oh, definitely. I think being Heinrix's lover would probably make it even more likely.
Does the words epitaph mean anything to you? Or perhaps incident N872-04 or tech blight? It has all something to do with Theodora's travels. Rather extraordinary travels at that.
Yeah, I can't say they do, Lord Captain. Doesn't ring any bells. And then again, remembering all the places Lady Theodora went is... a brow furrows. Epitaph, incidents... I've always had heaps of incidents happening on board, but... through my implants, I feel at one with this ship. And I sense that... and I don't know when it happened exactly. It started behaving... differently. Became more responsive. Livelier. Yes, livelier is exactly the word. And when you said epitaph and incident, it just dawned on me. Pardon my bungled report, Lord Captain, but that's all I've got to say on that front. Let's talk to Nomos. But so yeah, it is connected to the tech blight. So maybe it is the virus. Or it's something else which was seen as the tech blight. The servitor built into the cogitator turns its head toward you. The vox emits a rasping voice. Hello. Nomos, welcome your visit.
So, what have you been doing, Nomos?
Was the wrong one. Instead asked.
What about the research notes in the tech blight that we obtained from the cache on Kiavagama?
The name is also known to us. It is related to Nomos, although we do not understand how.
What have you been doing, Nomos?
We have been studying and observing, and having the ship when we can. So many mechanisms. They would have suffered without our input.
You know, incident N872-04,
I said that way too many times,
was a ship-wide system failure of some kind. It and Epitaph had something to do with the ship flying better.
The incident marked the beginning of us. The ship became better because of us. There are links, all those links in the same chain, but we cannot piece them together. Yet.
The people who accompanied Theodora on her travels are strangely unaware of the incident in Epitaph.
Human shells are subject to external influences. Perhaps someone purged their memory archives. Or perhaps they simply do not want to access them. It is a shame that no new information was obtained, but Nomos are grateful that you tried.
I must take my leave.
The cyber-gargoyle gaze tracks you as you walk away from the cogitator. Very interesting. Wait and search. So I guess we can't really do too much. Okay, go back to Diagonus. Let's just have a quick look at the colony management, but I think we're just all the way done. Yeah. Here we go. We rich now. Who did you choose as people accompanying you in the ceremony, Alistair? Wow, those were many pauses in one sentence. Brain slow. I just blame the time. It's late.